Hello students, good afternoon to all of you. Today I am going to explain the chapter Long Walk to Freedom. This chapter has been written by Nelson Mandela. This is an autobiography of the writer. Nelson Mandela spent 30 years in prison fighting against apartheid. He got success. Finally, a democratic election was held in South Africa in 1994. Mandela became the first black president of South Africa after more than 3 centuries of white rule. Mandela's African National Congress Party won 250 seats out of 400 in the first democratic elections of South Africa. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheatre formed by the Union Buildings in Pretoria. Firstly, Mr. de Klerk took oath as the second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki took oath as the first deputy president of South Africa. After that, Mandela took oath as the president of South Africa. He pledged to obey and uphold the constitution and devote himself to the well-being of the republic and its people. Now, in his pledge, he said that we have tolerated human disaster for many years, but this will not be repeated. We will produce such a society of which we will be proud. He also thanked all the international guests to be the part of his oath ceremony. Finally, freedom has been achieved. Now there will be no oppression, no discrimination. There will be no discrimination among the people. All people of South Africa will be equal. No person will experience the oppression of one by another. A few moments later, an impressive display of South African jets, helicopters, troop carriers was also performed over the Union Buildings. It was the display of military loyalty to the newly formed government. The highest generals of South Africa also saluted him. He did not forget the time when he was not saluted but arrested. Finally, a chevron of Impala jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, and gold of the new South African flag. Two national anthems were sung, one for the black and another for the white. Now Mandela thinks himself the sum of all those who have sacrificed their lives to bring this day. Oppression, brutality, and system of apartheid produced men of such extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity that such men would not be known again. These men were the Oliver Tambo's, the Walter Sisulis, the Chief Luthulis, the Yusuf Daduj, the Bram Fischers. Everyone has twin obligations. Obligations to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children. He has an obligation to his people, his community, his okay. Each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. Mandela says that he was not born with a hunger of freedom. As a boy, he thought himself free. But when he began to learn that his boyhood freedom was an illusion, so he started to think about it. He started to get it. When he joined the African National Congress, his hunger for freedom became greater. He wanted that people of the country should live with dignity. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow mindedness. Mandela says, I am truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom. Sorry, I have spoken wrong. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom. Just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. The oppressed and oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. This is the summary of this chapter, students, and I think that after listening the summary of this chapter, you will do all the question answer, all comprehension checks, and all other questions of this chapter.